Vila. How are you, Al?
All right, I think we are ready to begin. I'd like to begin by welcoming everybody. Bienvenidos a todos. If I could just remind all media members, everybody in here, to please silence your cell phones. I will begin with introductions. Joining us today, Detroit Tigers owner, Mr. Michael Ilitch. And sitting here, President CEO of Ilitch Holdings, Christopher Ilitch. Detroit Tigers President, CEO, and General Manager, David Dombrowski, in the third chair. Of course, Victor Martinez, and his representative, Scott Pacino. And I will turn it over at this point to Dave.
Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, everybody, for coming. The Tigers, after Victor was nice enough to fly in from Venezuela and get his physical this morning, are pleased to announce that we've agreed to a 4-year contract with Victor. The Tigers are extremely pleased to keep Victor in the organization. He's one of the best players in Major League Baseball. He just finished second in the league in MVP voting. And for us, he solidifies that middle of the lineup that we think is as good as anybody in baseball, and also brings the leadership that we like on our club and is a true winner. So we're absolutely thrilled. I'd like to thank Mr. I for making this happen, as he does. He gives us the okay to get these big deals done and continue to bring star players in here. A special thanks to Scotty Pacino and his organization, his representative, Alan Nero, who's not here today, but the rest of his group. We'll say something special about Victor, but also Victor's family that's here. Margaret. And Margaret, we have a little, I think Mr. I may give, maybe he can give those to Mr. I, and maybe Margaret, if you could step up with, come on up here.
Okay.
If you'd like to give you these beautiful flower arrangements. Here she goes, right over here. Right here, Margaret. Come on up. Here she is. There we go.
Oh, there you are. I think the dress is beautiful.
They like to turn you around so they get a picture of you here. There you go. There we go. Got it? Okay, come on around here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope you also.
I'm okay.
Bring him to your seat.
Yes.
Go ahead. You also see Victor's wonderful children that are part of our family. We've seen them grown up here through the last few years, in additions to the family too. So I'd like to turn this over to Victor Martinez, once again a Detroit Tiger. Victor?
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Mike Ilitch to give me this great opportunity to come back here to the city of Detroit. Thank Mr. Dave Dombrowski, John Wefton, and Al Avila for make this happen, and my agency, Scott Puccino, Jose Mijares, Wilfredo Polidor, and Alan Nero, for stay together on this. And again, my family, my wife, my kids, and I just really excited for this great opportunity to get my dreams complete. Which is winning a World Series. I have never been on a team like this, and that shows everybody how much everybody wants to win, and we had a lot of work to do. So, starting next spring. So, I'm really excited about it, and again, just happy to finish my career here in Detroit.
Thank you, Victor. I also, before a special thanks to John Westhoff for all his work in getting this done, and Al Avila for his assistance, because this doesn't happen without their assistance here. And Mr. I, would you like to?
Yeah, when we won the pennant, that last game, and we were so happy. We went to the manager's office. I was sitting next to Victor, and I put my arm around him. I said, Victor, you had a fantastic year. You played great. You're good sportsmanship. You never seem to lose your cool. And I'm going to take care of you next year. So.
I think that says a lot, though. When we so honored to have a guy like Mr. I that wants to win so bad, as we wants to win, but we don't want to go out there and just give it up. Sometimes people think that you, but again, and for me it's an honor just to wear this uniform for the rest of my career and playing in front of these great fans. That's what it drives us as a baseball player. Every time you go outside and see a full house every day, there is no reason for us as a baseball player to get everything out there. And again, I thank everybody here today for making this happen, and I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to come back here to Detroit.
Great. Eileen?
Media members, if you could please state your name and your affiliation when you have a question, and additionally, if we could keep the focus of questions on Victor, and Dave will answer any other questions regarding the club after we conclude the press conference. So whenever we're ready. Dana, over here.
Dana Wakiji, FoxSportsDetroit.com. Victor, obviously there were a lot of teams that were interested in you. Did you consider them at all very highly, or was it Detroit your main focus?
This is where I am right now. I think that shows everybody how much I love the city, how much I love the fans, and my only focus was just to try to get something done and come back for the next few years here to Detroit.
Wojo, over in the middle.
Bob Wanowski, Detroit News. For Mr. Illich, with signing Victor Martinez, obviously a big commitment going forward. Is this sort of a statement that you're still in win now mode and do what it takes? Is that sort of the statement that's being made?
I think, Mr. I, for you, they want to ask, go ahead, Wojo, ask again.
Mr. Illich, with signing Victor Martinez and committing to him like you have with the money, is that a sign that you're still in win now mode and want to get that World Series as quickly as possible?
Well, let me check that. Yeah, I'm okay. I got some 20s in here. Well, you know how I feel. I've felt the same way since I had the club. I love baseball, and being a minor leaguer, it's in your blood, and it's a great sport. And I'm very, very fortunate to be an owner of a major league team, and I don't know. It's just I'm just a happy man.
If you could raise your hands if you have any questions. Over here, Anthony in the middle.
Anthony Fennick, Detroit Free Press. Dave, can you assess any kind of a risk you guys took in signing a player through his age 39 season and how you guys assess that?
Well, yeah, I think you take a risk anytime you sign a player to a long-term contract, but you're in a situation where you analyze if the risk is worth being taking or not. And in this situation, I think you're talking about a very unusual hitter. A premier hitter, one of the best hitters in recent time frames. And you can see he continues to really execute at a prime level. And you look at a lot of the great hitters. I think a great example, we were talking about it, say David Ortiz with the Red Sox, a little bit different, more of a power type guy. But when you look at the Red Sox, who do you fear more than anybody in their lineup right now? Well, it's David Ortiz, and he's 39 years old. And so we think Victor will continue to hit. He works hard. He's going to do everything he possibly can to get every ounce of his ability. He's driven to succeed, and we think that he'll continue to hit. Now, I don't know if he's going to hit 32 home runs, 33, whatever the specific number was, but I have a lot of confidence he'll drive in 100 runs. He's done that many times, and he's one of the best hitters in the game, and I think he'll continue to do that. Dana, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. I.
The thing that impresses me most about him at the bat is very seldom, well, first of all, he's so serious when he's in there, He just is in a different person, He's bearing down, he goes in there, and he is very selective on pitches. He very seldom swings at a bad pitch, way outside. A lot of the guys are determined. They throw their leg up and they're going to guess, on this or that. He doesn't do that. He hangs in there and waits, has a lot of patience to get the good pitch. I noticed so much, when they played second base and they got three people there and they got the outfield and all this stuff. He managed, I watched him like a hawk. He hit about 15 feet to the right of second base. If we could replay the year, and he hit a line drive right there. Stay away from all those people that are blocking everything, So it goes to show you what a type of hitter that he is because of the great discipline.
Chris, over here in the left corner.
Chris Hyatt, MLive.com. For Victor or for Scott, I know you said, Victor, that your focus was Detroit. Could either of you talk about the nature of did you have any serious discussions with other teams, any serious offers from other teams?
You know what, again, I'm here just to let everybody know how happy I am to come back to Detroit, and I don't think it's fair to talk about the other teams. Again, I'm here to just to let everybody know how happy we are, my family are, to come back to the city of Detroit.
Chris, one thing I want to add, and I'll answer to Dana, and normally when I speak to a player, we speak confidentially many times. But I will tell you of a conversation we had later in the summer. And I was downstairs in the clubhouse, and I always say hi to Victor, and we talk a little bit, and Victor Jose and all, and he says, Dave, do you have a minute I could talk to you? And I said, sure. And we went in the back, in the private, where the executive, where the little private locker room is back there, and he says, I know that I've never done anything like this before. And maybe I'm not supposed to do this because my agents may not like this. But he said, I want you to know how much I want to be a Detroit Tiger. I don't want to go anywhere after this contract. This is like my home, it's like my family, and my family feels the same way. And I want to be a Detroit Tiger. And I said, Victor, I really appreciate that. We think the same way about you. It wasn't the right time to negotiate a contract at that time for us, which I explained to him, because we had other free agents that we really wanted to be focused on what took place on the field. Well, he came and he grabbed me and had that conversation on his own to just tell you how much he wanted to be here.
Danny over in the back.
Denny Kopp, Associated Press Radio. Victor, at the end of the season, you were very adamant about the chance to play for Brad Ausmus this year being a good opportunity and his ability as a manager. Can you just kind of talk about if that factored in at all, the chance to play for Brad for these next few years now that he's officially back going forward?
Well, I'm really excited, looking forward in the next, few years, playing for Brad, and the rest of the coaching staff. All these people here make you feel right at home, and as a baseball player, that's what you wish for when you go somewhere. And we had a great talent in that room. We just need to put the pieces together and take it forward. That's the main thing for us.
Any other questions? Anthony in the middle.
Victor, how confident are you that at the end of this contract you're still going to be hitting and performing like the player that you are?
I can answer that question at the end of my career. We'll see.
Noah on the left side.
Victor, just a quick question. Obviously, last night you finished second in the MVP vote. Do you have any sort of thoughts on that? And were you impressed to come as close as you did to winning?
You know what? It was just an honor for me just to be in this last three. I think Mike Trout is one of the best players in the game right now, and I think he deserves it more than I did. He's a guy that played every day in the outfielders and makes all great play, giving it all out there. But like I say, I was just happy, honor for me, just to be on those last three finalists.
Any other questions? No? That's it then? I guess that concludes our press conference today. Thank you to Mr. Ilitch, Dave, Victor, and Scott for joining us, and thank you all for joining us as well.
Thank you for coming.
Good job.